Welcome in all. Today we are going to be looking at the Spida. Goes something like this. This one is fairly simple in terms of what you actually have to learn. It just takes a lot of reps to be able to master it. But by the end of the lesson today, you better go away, put in some time, and be able to play this Spida. We break down the hands, they're both the same, into three parts. We have match grip, then we go into what I'm going to call timber. Now that's a name that UK guys will know, right? Lovingly given, right? So if you hold with traditional grip, you have two fingers on the stick. Sometimes more traditional bands will tend to have just one finger on the stick like this. So we call that timber, right? So timber with the right hand is our second motion. So we get match grip, timber, and then this one here, we just let the stick come around like that. And there's two ways of doing this one, right? You're going to see some people holding it in the finger like this. And some people are going to be getting a bit more of a grip on it and holding it with a finger wrapped around with a bit of a hook. Now I'm going to call this knuckle. So we've got match, timber, and then knuckle. Or you can think of knuckle as fingers, right? So you're either holding it with your knuckles here or you're grabbing it around like that. So we've got match grip, timber, knuckle. Now from here, what we've then got to do is go back to match grip again. Now when we first go from here, so we're in the knuckle position, and the stick comes around like this, back to match grip, we're going to find our hand's going to be like this. So we have to also bring our finger over the top and catch it. Now for some of you guys, I'm sure at the moment you're thinking like, whoa, what the hell's he on to, right? So let's go real slow. We've got normal match grip. All I do then is I go as if I'm going to do a back stick, but what I do is I take these bottom three fingers and I put those under the stick. And that gives you my timber position. Now I'm not holding in a position this end of the stick, am I? I'm right the way down on the stick here. Now this point here, this is the key to this, right? What we've got to do is we've got to let go with our thumb and let this part of the stick here just come around like that. So if you hold it timber and just take the bead and just pull it round, you'll see that that's going to be our knuckle position. Now what I was saying before is that some people, as they bring it round, like to keep that finger and that thumb in contact with the stick. And some people like to let go, right? I'm not really fussed which one you want to do. So we've got timber, then we bring the bead around, and then we hit the stick there, or we hit the stick in our fingers, and then the stick carries on going that same direction. What happens here is the stick then will come around and then we'll grab it in match grip. So let's just go for that slow. So here to here, that's pretty easy. This one, we come around like this way, and then what we do then is we bring the stick upside down, or we continue it round because it's going to be moving like that. Then we're going to end in this position, move our finger onto the top. So let's try it together, right? 1, 2, 3, and then back to 1. Now this time I'm doing exactly the same thing. I've just got the butt end of the stick. So I'm going 1, timber, 2, 3, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't be too worried about making a consistent noise at the moment. For me, that one there is always a little bit quieter, right? Now over time, you need to sit there for a good amount of time now, just sitting and trying to figure that out, seeing if you can get a bunch of reps in. So have a go now for a couple of minutes and just see if you can literally just get the right hand doing that pattern. Onto our left hand. Well, our left hand obviously starts in traditional grip. However, it's actually exactly the same thing. We've got the same three things that we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to cheat a little bit from traditional grip into timber. So just before I play this hand, I quickly move my finger here, my middle finger, into timber. And then I go timber, knuckle, and then what was after knuckle? Well, it's back to match grip. So I get timber, knuckle, match grip, timber, knuckle, match grip, timber, knuckle, match grip. Now the stick kind of does this around your hand, right? I can keep it really round if I want, instead keep it low, or I can make it a little bit more like over the top here. It doesn't really, well, makes no difference. If there's 8 of you, 9 of you doing it, you're going to have to figure out which one you're doing, right? But this tends to happen so fast that people can't tell anyway. So next stage for you, spend a couple of minutes working that out with your left hand. Then have a go at this, right? Match grip with both hands and just go through the motions. So timber, oops, knuckles, match grip, timber, and so on, all right? Match. Now you're going to find after 10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 10 days, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes, you start to be able to loop that around. Now when you see me playing it earlier, when I did the full, they're obviously out of sync with each other, right? No, rather than in sync. But the way I normally learn this, or teach this, is I get people to do this, right? If we put both together, then we go to position 2. Well, position 2 for this hand was timber. Position 2 for this hand was a knuckle. Then we go position 3, well, and so on and so forth, all right? It's hard for me to remember which one's which, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3. So third position for this one is knuckle, and we're back to match grip with this hand. And then back to start again. We've got the sticks the wrong way around, right? Which is what we want. Then we do the same again. 1, 2, 3, back to 1 again. So we essentially get this. 1, 2, 3, then back to start. 1, 2, 3, back to the start. 1, 2, 3. And once you can do this, then all you do is you put them out of sync with each other. So you make the right land before the left. And that there is your Spida. This might take you a lot of time, right? It took me a long time to figure this out. And I didn't have someone show me how to do it. I had to kind of watch videos and figure it out. A couple of my friends figured it out. One of them figured it out all day, sat on the beach, just sitting and doing this, watching the sun and the sea move up and down, right? So once you've got this motion, you don't have to think about it anymore. Once you've got it, the next thing to do to try and improve is try and get this middle dot here so everything's landing in here. And then finally, start to work on the sound quality. It's a difficult one because the sticks that you're hitting with the button and the stick and the tip, so the sound is going to change, but try and do your best to get a fairly consistent sound. And that, Drumr fam, is how to do the Spida. As always, please leave me comments, let me know how you're getting on with these. Go check out my 2 books. I've got 2 books out that are going to be a big help for you rudimental drummers out there, and I'll see you in the next lesson.